New England's trusted news source, ABC6 News at Noon.
And a good afternoon to you today, folks. Thanks for joining us. Happening now, thousands saying their final goodbyes. Two police officers from Bristol, Connecticut, shot and killed in the line of duty last week in what was believed to be an ambush attack. A funeral service for both officers taking place as we speak. Good afternoon. I'm Casey Cantz. Bristol police officers Lieutenant Dustin DeMonte and Sergeant Alex Hamzy receiving a police escort this morning to East Hartford. Among those in attendance and escorting the fallen officers, local police from Rhode Island. Yanni Tregellis joining us live in the newsroom today with details in the moments leading up to the funeral this morning. Yanni?
A solemn morning today, Casey, as those officers from across the state left the Cranston Police Headquarters to Connecticut for the funeral. Some of the officers that we spoke with this morning actually taking part in the procession to the stadium, calling it an honor. Police officers from across Rhode Island rolling out of the Cranston Police Headquarters early Friday morning to bid final farewell to fallen Bristol police officers Dustin DeMonte and Alex Hamzy.
It will be a long day today, but it's all for a good cause.
The two fallen officers being laid to rest in front of an estimated crowd of about 50,000 people in East Hartford. That includes officers from across the country, including units from Cranston, Central Falls, Pawtucket, Providence, and more.
Although we don't work side by side with all these officers, when there is a tragedy, we all come together as one to sit there and honor the officers for doing their job.
The two Bristol officers killed in the line of duty October 12th while responding to a call for a potential domestic disturbance that police later said appeared to be an ambush.
Very tough. It'd be very tough. A lot of times you don't see any dry eyes at these funerals.
It hits home even more when it's localized in the New England area.
The two officers promoted posthumously to Lieutenant Dustin DeMonte and Sergeant Alex Hamzy, both transported from their hometowns of North Haven and Bristol to Rentschler Field in East Hartford. Units from Rhode Island, part of escorting the officers to the funeral site, something one officer from Bristol, Rhode Island tells us is an honor.
Such a horrible time for these families. We just hope this, gives them a little bit of hope and support and make a horrible day just a little bit better.
And again, that funeral started just a short time ago. Thousands in attendance. Stick with us tonight for a full recap honoring the two fallen heroes. In the newsroom, Yanni Tregellis, ABC6 News.
All right, Yanni, thank you for that. An ABC6 News update today. A 2-year-old child is safe, her father in custody, facing charges hundreds of miles away after police say the man took the little girl without permission from an East Providence home. According to police, this all happened after a domestic dispute between the father, Jordan McClure, and his ex-girlfriend, the little girl's mother. Jordan McClure and the 2-year-old Penelope McClure were located in Pennsylvania overnight. State police located the pair as they were driving through the state on their way to Kentucky. Jordan McClure taken into custody by Pennsylvania State Police. He's set to appear in court there today. He's being charged with kidnapping of a minor. Again, police say that little girl, Penelope, is safe and unharmed. A Massachusetts man found guilty of stealing from the family of a Somerset boy battling leukemia. 36-year-old Garrett Turner convicted of breaking and entering into a vehicle and larceny. In January, Turner stole from the family of Alex Rogers, known as Superhero Alex, for his courageous battle with cancer. Turner breaking into the family vehicle, stealing $700 in gift cards and $200 in cash and credit cards. Turner sentenced to 1 year in prison. He's currently serving 6 months for another larceny case. Police in East Providence looking for two people who they say used counterfeit money at a store last month. Here's a picture of them. According to police, the man and woman used counterfeit $20 bills to purchase prepaid debit cards at the Walgreens on Warren Avenue. They ended up spending over $1,000 in phony money. Police believe they've been doing this at other stores as well. If you recognize them, you're asked to give East Providence Police a call. Well, let's take a live look outside on this Friday afternoon, the lunch hour, and boy, Chelsea, it looks just beautiful. As you see there with our ABC6 Sky Cam, today is beautiful, and boy, we've talked a lot about what tomorrow is going to look like too, Chelsea.
Yeah, at least the first half of the weekend looking really, really nice across southern New England. Today's perfect out there. Sunshine continues across southern New England. We finally broke the 60-degree mark. It's been a few days that we've seen high temperatures in the mid to upper 50s. Not extremely cold for this time of year, but certainly has been on the cooler side of things. Breezes coming in much lighter today out of the south-southeast around 7 miles per hour. All those fall colors popping over the city of Providence with temperatures for most of us that are now in the low 60s range, a little bit cooler farther inland north of us. All of us, though, warmer than yesterday at this time. An average of 5, 6, or 7 degrees warmer across most of the area compared to yesterday at noontime. So improvements there. And tomorrow actually looks even warmer than today. Satellite radar image, quiet, clear. You're looking at a lot of sunshine continuing across southern New England for the rest of the day today. Will be clear tonight, and tomorrow looks nice and bright as well. So soak up the sunshine, enjoy the mild temperatures. Overnight, we do drop back down into the 40s, so it'll be a cool start to our Saturday, but Saturday looks great. That being said, Saturday's the day to enjoy because I do have some rain moving in for Sunday. On the details in just a few minutes. Case?
Boy, mid to late October, Chelsea. Love it. We'll check back in. Thank you. A dedication ceremony happening today in Fall River honoring David Allman. State Representative Carol Fiola and State Senator Michael Rodriguez are hosting this ceremony. It's happening at Heritage State Park picnic area. Allman was the 14-year-old autistic boy who died in a neglect case in the city. Officials in Massachusetts determined that Allman fell through gaps in the state's oversight when he died of starvation at home with his father and father's girlfriend back in October of 2020. We'll have more from today's ceremony later today on First at 4. Now to new details on the increase of respiratory illness in children across the country. At least 71% of the nation's 40,000 pediatric hospital beds are now filled, and ERs are struggling to keep up, at least one of them considering asking the National Guard for help. ABC's Rena Roy has the latest.
Hospitals in more than half the country are scrambling. Pediatric bed use at its highest in 2 years.
And I've never seen this type of volume of patients coming into our hospital here.
Some facilities looking into pausing elective surgeries to make room for young children coming in with respiratory illnesses like RSV, the flu, and other common viruses.
There was several doors open and you could see infants and cribs that were dealing with the RSV. So, that was heartbreaking.
Authorities believe after masks and social distancing and young children mostly staying home during COVID, some are now being exposed to some other viruses for the first time in a long time. Amanda Bentley's 18-month-old son, Joshua, has been in the hospital with RSV for more than a week.
Really high fevers, difficulty breathing. It was a lot of work to breathe. He would cough until he vomited.
Northwell Health says its Cohen's Children's Hospital is over capacity.
We're using surgical space like the PACU or the pre-op areas. We're using those spaces sometimes to take care of kids who need to be hospitalized.
The National Guard visiting Connecticut Children's in preliminary talks about whether to set up a field hospital outside. They're already turning playrooms into patient rooms.
Here to check you over, make sure we can get you feeling better, okay?
Doctors urging families to get up to date on their vaccinations as colder weather fast approaches.
So whatever we can do as a society to minimize the need for hospitals like flu shots and COVID boosters is a really important thing.
Doctors are asking families to bring their children in if they see any signs of respiratory distress like fast or labored breathing, a high fever, or blue or discolored skin around the face. Rena Roy, ABC News, New York.
And still to come today on ABC6 News at noon, sentencing day for the former chief strategist for former President Trump. How much jail time Steve Bannon is facing. Plus, it's been 1 year since the fatal Rust movie set shooting. The crew announcing they're set to start filming again. We'll have an update. And about a month away from Thanksgiving, and some not so good news if you're planning to cook a traditional turkey. We'll tell you how much more it might cost you and if you'll even be able to find one at all. That's coming up. Welcome back. Here's what's making headlines around the country today. Former President Donald Trump's chief strategist, Steve Bannon, sentenced today. This after a jury found him guilty of 2 counts of contempt of Congress for defying a subpoena from the January 6th committee. ABC's M. Wynn in Washington with the latest.
One-time advisor to former President Donald Trump, Steve Bannon, sentenced to 4 months in prison and ordered to pay a fine of $6,500 for 2 counts of criminal contempt of Congress.
I respect the judge. The sentence he came down with today is his decision. I fully respect. I've been totally respectful of this entire process.
The Trump-appointed federal judge agreeing with Bannon that he should not have to serve a sentence while he appeals. A jury this summer finding Bannon guilty for failing to produce a single document and refusing to sit down for a deposition with the House committee investigating the deadly January 6 attack on the Capitol. The panel subpoenaing Bannon last September to find out why he made foretelling comments on his podcast a day before the insurrection.
All hell is going to break loose tomorrow.
For months, Bannon refused to cooperate, claiming executive privilege despite leaving the White House back in 2017. The committee instead playing audio from Bannon during a public hearing from before the election happened, saying Trump planned to declare victory whether or not he won.
He's going to declare victory, but that doesn't mean he's the winner.
After the sentencing, Bannon said he will appeal his contempt of Congress conviction. Meanwhile, the January 6 House Select Committee could serve a subpoena to former President Trump at any moment. M. Wynn, ABC News, Washington.
Variety magazine is reporting production for the movie Rust will start back up in January. Today actually marks 1 year since cinematographer Helena Hutchins died on set after being shot by a gun fired by actor Alec Baldwin. Baldwin had been told the gun wasn't loaded. Filmmakers, they will not return to New Mexico where the movie was being filmed. The new location hasn't been determined yet, but it could be in California. Hutchinson's family did reach a settlement with Baldwin and Rust Movie Productions. Switching gears now to consumer news this afternoon. Here's something you won't be thankful for this Thanksgiving. Turkeys might be more expensive and harder to find. Per pound, a bird will cost you about 73% more than last year. In dollars and cents, that breaks down to about $1.99 a pound to $1.15 last Turkey Day. So you can do the math there. And when it comes to availability, well, blame the bird flu. Farmers have been reporting a large number of cases since July, and that's when producers generally begin breeding for the holiday season. Experts say there is a chance suppliers could add more supply at the last minute. We've got much more coming up today on ABC6 News at noon. The city of Providence on the hunt for Christmas trees, how you can nominate your tree for the opportunity. Welcome back. It may only be October, but the city of Providence is looking for Christmas trees. The city needs 2 trees, either spruce or fir, for its 2 tree lighting ceremonies in December. If you have one, you can nominate your tree by emailing a picture of it to the city's cultural affairs manager. Deadline to submit, November 15th.
And now, your ABC6 Storm Tracker weather with meteorologist Chelsea Priest.
Counting down to Christmas, but we do still have plenty of fall ahead of us. And when we have nice fall days like this, it's easy to enjoy and slow down and not rush to Christmas, right? We are looking at perfect sunshine across southern New England today. We are dry again, and that sunshine will continue for the next couple of days. But we did get an updated drought monitor yesterday, and much of the area now officially out of the extreme drought conditions and drought conditions totally compared to what we were seeing over the summer. Most of Rhode Island, you can see, eliminated the drought. You're looking at abnormally dry conditions along the coastline and out through southeastern Mass, but huge improvement. September was a very rainy month, and so far this month we've had well above average precipitation. Right now we're looking at that sunshine though, and temperatures have finally broken into the low 60s. The past few days our highs have topped out only in the mid to upper 50s range, so it's been slightly cooler than average, running about 5 to 10 degrees warmer right now compared to where we were yesterday at this time, and tomorrow will be even warmer than today. The past few days we've had a bit of a gusty wind coming in from the south-southwest, anywhere from 10 to 20 mile per hour winds. Today that wind is much lighter, only about 5 to 10 miles per hour, and that'll be the case overnight and through tomorrow. And it's still coming in from a warm wind direction. In fact, a lot of the 7-day forecast stays mild. Today we top out in the mid 60s range. Upper 60s tomorrow. Tomorrow looks like a great day across southern New England. Average high is 62 for this time of year. We'll be closer to that on Sunday. Saturday certainly looking like the better of the 2 weekend days. Clouds increase pretty quickly for Sunday, and eventually rain starts to move into the area as well. And then on Monday, some showers linger, but even with some showers in the forecast, those temperatures are pretty mild. In fact, we continue to warm up for Tuesday and Wednesday. High temperatures closer to 70 degrees for the middle of next week. Satellite radar image shows you dry, quiet conditions, sunshine outside for the rest of the day with high pressure in control. Temperatures are finally coming up again above 60 degrees, and all of that cold air we've been talking about for a lot of the week over the Great Lakes region and areas off to our west finally retreating to the north. So we are not tapping into that extreme cold. We're going to continue to see those above average temperatures sticking with us. Sunshine to the rest of the day today. Will be clear overnight, and then tomorrow you'll see sunshine all day long with temperatures in the upper 60s range. Overnight Saturday into Sunday, clouds start to increase. We should be dry to start the day on Saturday, but it's looking like by late morning, early afternoon, rain starts to move in, and we have on and off rain that'll continue through Sunday afternoon and evening. Should be a dreary afternoon. Temperatures in the mid 60s today. Enjoy the sunshine while we have it. You're looking at clear, cool conditions tonight, dipping back down into the 40s by tomorrow morning. And then tomorrow you see sunshine all day. It'll be a warmer day. Highs in the mid to upper 60s range. 7-day forecast shows mid 60s today, upper 60s tomorrow. Again, it's a 50-50 weekend. I mean, dreary weather days are nice. Some football on Sunday. Stay inside with the clouds and the rain showers. But the outdoor activities get done tomorrow. Enjoy it. And then we stay mild through most of that 7-day forecast.
Boy, October 21st and 22nd, mid 60s, high 60s.
Even into next week.
Yeah.
I have a high of 70 degrees on Wednesday.
True.
We're closing out the month. Pretty mild. Take it.
No complaints
Yeah,
here.
exactly.
Thanks, Chelsea. Appreciate that. Still to come today, the CDC updating immunization schedules, why the agency is recommending the COVID vaccine be added. Plus, a new batch of COVID variants, a cause of concern ahead of the winter months, why experts say we might see a surge in cases. Welcome back. Now to our focus on your health. The CDC Advisory Committee recommending that the COVID-19 vaccine be added to regular immunization schedules for 2023. The committee voted unanimously to make the recommendation for both children and adults. Enforcing the recommendation is up to local and state health authorities. The committee says the reason they added the COVID-19 vaccine is because the benefits strongly outweigh any risks. There's a new batch of COVID-19 variants brewing, and some health experts say it could cause a surge this winter. Health experts have dubbed these the Scrabble variants because they have letters like Q and X that would get big scores in the Scrabble board game. The CDC says these so-called Scrabble variants are responsible for nearly a third of all of the COVID-19 cases reported nationwide. And Rhode Island health officials kicking off their statewide flu vaccination campaign. The Department of Health is encouraging everyone 6 months and older to get their flu shot. Health officials say it's okay to get a flu shot and the COVID vaccine at the same time. You don't need to wait 14 days between vaccinations. And still to come today at noon, some sick kicks for a penguin at the New England Aquarium. The medical condition his penguin overcame with the help of these shoes. Plus, Chelsea's got one final look at your afternoon forecasts heading into the weekend. It's all coming up. Stay close. Well, I had to show you this again today. A new pair of shoes for a penguin at the New England Aquarium in Boston. The stylish addition after being treated for a foot condition in 2020. The penguin, named Beach Donkey, not sure why, was diagnosed bumblefoot, which apparently causes large calluses on penguins' feet. With a combination of medications, surgery, and these shoes that you see her walking around in, she was able to fully heal. We said this morning, I'm not sure where she got the original name from, but it needs to be like cuter, I guess. You know, she doesn't deserve that. Beach donkey? Beach donkey, there's probably a story behind it, but how her walking in those shoes.
I'm obsessed.
We watched the extended video this morning. We're just like, oh my God, look
I'm gonna go to the aquarium and go see her because I love it so much, and I would die to see her just walking around in her little feet and her little sandals.
I know, yeah, little straps on and everything. Yeah.
Oh my gosh, so cute. We are looking at some sunshine outside today. Temps are in the mid-60s. Maybe you could wear your sandals yourself. Overnight, though, hopefully those shoes will keep her warm because we'll drop down to the 40s again. And then upper 60s tomorrow. Beautiful day, 50-50 weekend. By Sunday, we're waking up with overcast conditions. And really, it's looking like by late morning and certainly by lunchtime, rain starts to move in and continues into early Monday.
We'll enjoy it while we can.
Yes.
Appreciate it, Chelsea. Thank you. Appreciate you folks watching as well. The news continues first at 4. And for news and weather anytime, ABC6.com. Always on. Have a great weekend, folks. Thanks for watching.